Britney Tiger was a beloved mother, daughter, sister, and friend. Above all else, advocates for missing and murdered Indigenous women say she was someone. The details surrounding her disappearance point down one morbid trail after another. And despite twists, turns, leaps ahead, and steps back over the last 3 years, Tiger's missing-turned-homicide case remains unsolved.
Justice is slow. I'm tired. I'm tired of waiting for the person responsible to be arrested, to be put behind bars.
In February 2018, Tiger told her mom, Bernadine Bearhills, she was leaving her husband, William Gomez. Then she vanished. Her body was found in a field a mile south of the Colahoma Stomp Grounds in Pontotoc County a month later. The Pontotoc County Sheriff's Office was the first law enforcement agency on the scene. They told us it appeared she had died somewhere else, but someone had dragged her body out there. She was found by a cattle rancher a while later. Mariah Greenwood Adair is the president of the Missing and Murdered Indigenous Women's Southeast Oklahoma chapter. She says she befriended Tiger before her death while advocating for justice for her cousin's unsolved murder.
She was bubbly, she was funny and just charismatic. I mean, she was energy, you know. My daughter, she doesn't open up to a lot of people, but she opened up to Brittany.
It was these two deaths that led Adair to start up this local chapter. She tells us she believes stereotypes about tribal members are big factors in why some local authorities don't seem to care very much about their cases.
Because Native Americans are portrayed as drunks and drug users, homeless people, so, you know, they don't really want to look for someone when they go missing or when they have a mental illness.
We read Tiger's autopsy report. It listed her cause and manner of death as unknown. Drugs were found in her system.
I'm the sister that I didn't tolerate that, and she knew that.
But given the numbers, the possibility of an overdose is unlikely. A toxicology report shows meth was found in her liver, where drugs are concentrated the highest, but the amount was listed in micrograms, when meth amounts in toxicology reports are typically listed in milligrams. For clarification, a microgram is 1,000th the size of a milligram, and typically used to describe extremely potent drugs like fentanyl. Her family says they were aware Tiger did drugs, but they played a small role in her big life.
People are putting it out there, well, she did drugs. You know, she's this person. No, that's not her. She played with kids. She came over. She helped cook. She did other things. She went to the park. She helped with church members. You know, she wasn't this druggie.
The report said dark hairs were found on both of her hands, as well as a red hemorrhage on the right side of her chest, and nothing explains how her body ended up in a field. In September 2019, the OSBI offered a $10,000 reward for information. A break in the case came the following February, then an arrest. Local resident Bodie Chance Starnes of Ada was charged with unlawful disposal of a deceased corpse. BNN obtained a copy of his probable cause affidavit. It is filled with disturbing accounts of what may have happened to Tiger. That Gomez injected her with drugs, that Starnes and Gomez carried Tiger's body out of their apartment in a suitcase, that another man had strangled Tiger.
How do we allow this? We can't allow people like that in our community.
In July of last year, the Supreme Court ruled in McGirt v. Oklahoma that the state has no legal jurisdiction over crimes involving American Indians on tribal lands because their reservations have never been disestablished by Congress. Cases have been transitioning from Oklahoma hands to federal hands ever since.
I don't want to say it's caught them off guard, but it has. And they knew this was coming, but there wasn't anything done to start taking steps to do an easier transition than what it's been. I think it's going to be a longer walk towards justice, but I think we'll eventually get there.
Starnes' case was dismissed in November 2020, citing the landmark ruling. We're told Tiger's case file is currently sitting on an FBI agent's desk, waiting to be reviewed.
I'm hoping that with the evidence that they have, that they'll pick it up and be like, hey, I think we need to look into this further.
I don't mind working with feds. I don't, whoever it is I have to work with, I'll work with because I want answers.
Bear Hills says she believes there are still a lot of people out there who have not contacted the authorities to share what they know.
They need to get the courage to speak up, to do the right thing.
She should be here, We see her kids. We see them growing up. We had to continue our lives without her. That's pretty hard.
I really want to just get justice for her and move forward with my life because it feels like my life's on hold.
Anyone with information about Britney Tiger's case is asked to contact the FBI at tips.fbi.gov.